Okay, I wanted to do a review on the Kubota L48. The L48 is a lot like the L35. I would consider the L48 is like one step up in size from the L35. Everyone loves the L35. It's a perfect power to weight ratio. The L48 is just as good. And matter of fact, could be a little bit better than the L35. And in my opinion, it's probably one of the most overlooked machines that you'll see for sale. And I think the big reason is because it's got a 48 horsepower motor in it, and people are kind of afraid of it a little bit for that reason. Not necessarily the motor horsepower, but the weight of it and the size of the machine is a little bit larger. But honestly, it runs and drives a lot like the L35. It's a hydrostatic transmission, so that's the main difference on the 48, where the L35 is a shuttle shift and with a reverser on the collar, right, with the clutch. And the L48 is a hydrostatic machine, so there's no clutch. But other than that, they're a lot alike. I think the 48 is probably a lot more roomier on the operating station, so you got a lot more room to move around, which is nice. And when you get up there on the 35, it's really tight, and I hate the seat on the 35. So the 48 doesn't have that seat. It has enough room where you can stand up and you can spin the seat, and then you can sit down. That's the big advantage with the extra room in the operator station area, right? So you can really see that there's a lot more space up there, and that's really what the 48 is compared to the 35 as far as the size goes. The other big difference on the 48 is that you get the quick connect bucket in the front. So you've got it's pretty standard. I think it's standard on the 48 with the skid steer connect bucket, where the 35 has the pin on bucket. So obviously that's more desirable. The other big thing with the 48 is it's got a bigger backhoe on it. It's got the BT 1100, which is, I want to say it's an 11-foot backhoe. So you can dig a little bit more, deeper and stuff like that. And other than that, I want to say it weighs about 1,000 pounds more too. So I would consider the 48 the big brother of the 35. And if you like the 35, you'll love the 48. It's got exactly the same durability. You cannot kill these machines. The drivetrains are indestructible. The motors, same thing. I will say this: the motor on the 48 is a lot smoother and a lot quieter because it's a 4-cylinder versus the 3-cylinder, I believe, on the 35. Don't quote me on that. I believe the 35 is only a 3-cylinder, but the 48 a little smoother, a little more horsepower, obviously, and a little heavier. But it is a great machine. If you're thinking about buying one, I definitely recommend it. You'll love it. It's got a lot of horsepower, and the power to rate ratio is perfect. It's about 7 or 8,000 pounds and about 48 horsepower. So it's perfectly sized for the weight of the machine. And again, you cannot kill these machines. They are construction grade. There's nothing on here that is not going to last pretty much forever. I'm going to do a separate video on common issues on these, and there's not many. Let me be honest with you, there's not many issues on these machines. Nothing breaks, nothing really fails, and they're maintenance free, and they'll last pretty much forever. So if you're thinking of buying one, definitely recommend it, and you'll be happy.